Hey, Clayton here, and I'm one of Australia's only registered and authenticated Shopify experts. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to add a product to your Shopify website. Now, this video is super important because there's two pages on your website that are very, very important, your homepage and your product page. You really want to nail these pages. And there's quite a large number of ways how to actually build a product page. I'm going to give you the very basics and structure of how to actually add a product. If there's any types of products you want me to make a video on, let me know in the comments below because I might make a series, maybe 20 or 30 different videos on how to do products for certain niches, categories, things like that. So let me know in the comments and I might make an article on my website and have all those videos and stuff like that. So your comments really help this video. So with that being said, let's get into it, show you how to do a product and go from there. So when you're in the back end of your website, you just want to click products here. This is how to add a physical product as well. So a lot of people actually do drop shipping, print on demand, stuff like that. This section, what I'm about to do, won't work for you, but the basics of what I'm going to do is going to work. So actually when you get into a product, it's going to work 100% for you. Like I said, let me know in the comments what type of product you add and I'll make a video too. So just go here, add a product. Sometimes that button changes from time to time where it sits, but it should be around there sort of thing. Now, when you're in here, it has all the different types of things you want to add to your product. I'm just going to go through step by step each different one. So the first one is your title. So I'm going to make a t-shirt. So for example, I'm just going to call it Inspire Small Business T-shirt because my company name is actually Inspire Small Business, something like that. So you actually put your title of your shirt here. Now, in some niches, you don't want to make this too long, but it really depends. Some niches you need to have a long product title, some you don't. So it really depends. Like I was saying, I can explain it in more detail in another one. This description here is very similar to a Word document. So I'm going to paste in this description that I already made. There's a couple of key things here. Now, I think a lot of people get this wrong because on the internet, especially on YouTube, people will say you have to do a product description like this for every single product sort of thing or their way sort of thing. But it works different on niches or different products, things like that. For example, someone might have like a very long description, have different images and things like that in it. But someone selling a blouse, it doesn't need to be explained very well. Now, what I like to think about with the description is you at minimum probably want to do something like this. 1 to 2 sentences, a heading, some bullet points, 1 or 2 sentences. That's going to make it look really professional. You can always come back later and improve the product description as well. So people can spend hours and hours doing this, but that's basically what I normally recommend doing. And then you can build it out later and stuff like that. So I just did a quick little thing here, like introducing Inspire Small Business unisex stable t-shirt, the ultimate blend of cozy and cool. This tee is like a cloud hugging your skin, boasting a delightful softness and feather light feel. With just a perfect touch of stretch, it's your go-to for comfortable, doesn't compromise on style. Then I've got some bullet points here, then some sentence here. That's going to look really nice on the website as well. It's not too long for a mobile phone as well. Then going down to this one, media, you can actually put all your images in here. You can open a file, so upload new from your desktop, or you can drag them. So I've actually got some images here that you can drag straight here from your desktop. And Shopify is going to upload them all here. It might take a second. You can actually reorder all of these as well. So if you wanted to put this shirt as the first one, you could. What I've noticed working lately is especially if you build a following on Instagram, if you make your whole website lifestyle images first and then product images second, that works really well. What you could also do is have all your banners and categories as lifestyle images, then have all your products as product images like this. Or what you could do is the main image here is lifestyle, and then all the rest are product images. So when someone clicks into the product, they're going to see the product images sort of thing. So it's really up to you what you do there. But something like that normally works really well. Then down here, you can put your price here. So let's just say you want to sell this for $19.95. It will actually show on the website as $19.95. Now, if you want to put this shirt on sale, you can actually put compare at price. So if the original price is $29.95, it will actually slash out $29.95 and put the $19.95. Whatever you put here is what Shopify will sell it for. And then whatever you put here, if you put this blank, it won't have any slashes or anything. If you put a retail price here, it'll have a slash. What some people make mistakes is they accidentally put the same price here in both of them. And then it'll, in the back end, it'll register it as on sale. So if you make a sale collection later, it's going to pull that product into there when it's not actually on sale. So either you have two different prices here or leave this one blank. Charge tax on this product. Legally, can't really tell you what to do when it regards taxes and stuff, but this is what I personally do. Whatever country you're in, whatever country I'm in, if all their websites and all their businesses don't charge tax on top, I don't charge tax on top. I include it. So you can, whichever way you want to do it there, you can put your cost per item here. So let's just say that costs us $10. It will tell the profit, the margin, stuff like that. This can be handy later as well if you do all this. The one thing I didn't say about adding products as well is that if you put a lot of the detail into this now, you don't have to really come back later and do it. So for example, when we get to the weight down here, a lot of people won't put the weight here, and they'll do, let's just say they do free shipping on all their products on their whole website, and they don't put the weight there. And then 6 months later, they've added 100 products. They decide we want to do calculated shipping for any products under $100. All their products don't have weights, so the backend can't calculate it properly. So if you have a good idea or a rough idea, I'd put that there. But let's go back to inventory. So track quantity, you could put like we have one in stock. Continue selling when out of stock. This product has a SKU or barcode. So if you want to add a SKU or barcode, you can here. That's really good for like in-store purchases and stuff if you have a physical store as well. And then like I was saying, you can put the weight down here. So let's just say it's let's just say it's 0.2, and you can change it to whatever weight you want to there as well. And then variants here. So if the product only has one option, you don't really need to add a variant. The only time normally that I can think of off the top of my head where you'd have a variant and it only has one option is, for example, you were selling just a yellow shirt and that's it. It had no other options. You could put a variant saying yellow, color yellow, and then when you have a filter on your website, it'll be able to filter through the colors, because on a website you can add variant options. So if there's no variant for yellow, it won't put it in the filter. So probably on clothing, if you only have one option, I'd probably do that. So if you no options, you just leave it. If you have options, you click here and it has some recommendations. You can put whatever you want here, but let's just say color, for example. So in Australia, we spell it like this, COLOUR. But if you're in the US, it'll be no you, like that. And then you can put the different colors. So we have yellow, and then you can press hyphen to go down, or you can click down here, and we have black. You can have heaps of different colors here as well if you want, and then press done. So now it's added these two options here. We can also add the sizes as well. So let's just add another one. So size, and let's put small, -M, -L, XL, 2XL, for example, and then press done. Now we have all these different options. So see how it says yellow/small, yellow/M. You can write medium, small and stuff, but I normally like to, for clothing, just put S, M, L. It's just better for when people are selecting options and stuff like that, because you can make these buttons and things. And then you can put the available quantities for all the different ones. So let's just say some have more, like that. For example, that's what we could do. You can scroll across and there's other options. So you can add the SKU and barcodes here as well if you want. And then later we can edit them as well. And then down here, this is search engine listing preview, what they'll actually see on Google. So you can actually make this shorter, better, easier to read, stuff like that. So if you click edit here, you can edit the title, the description, the link as well. So you can make the link shorter. So the reason why this link is very long is because I've made the website link very long. So you want to try to make it not too long, just to make it look really nice. So for example, if this was nearly half the size, it would look a lot better. And then see how it's not very consistent here. I probably could remove some stuff here. So for example, if we remove that there, so see how that's a little bit more clean and easier to read. It looks a lot better on Google as well. So we could do something like that. And then when we come up here on the right side, so status, active or draft. So you could actually put this as draft and it won't display on the website. So if you want to add this later, or you want to just play around with it and then add it later as well, you can put it as a draft. Or if you're halfway through and you're not done, you can put it as a draft, something like that. I'm going to put it as active. And then you can put like product categories. I recommend you doing all these sort of stuff, even if you don't need to, because later down the track, if you ever want to add these as filters, if you want to have collections automatically pulling different products from different categories and stuff, it's really good to fill all this stuff out. So for example, product category, you can search them here as well. Product type, so we could put t-shirt, for example. Vendor, so you could put your business name if you wanted to. So this one is really good if you have lots of different like companies and brands and stuff like that. So one of the filters you can add for a collection page is called brand or vendor. So you could say vendor or brand. And then if you have different brands and stuff here, you could actually filter by the brand on like all products page, new arrivals, things like that. The collections, so you could select the collections that you want to display on. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to make collection pages as well. There's two different ways to make them. The first one is manual, where you can manually select, you'd manually select the collections you want it to go to. And the other one is automatic. So you can actually make it so it pulls products depending on inventory levels, product types, stuff like that. So that's why it's really good to add these sort of things here. You can put tags here as well. So for example, you could put a tag is t-shirt. Accessories is really good. So one of the harder ones to make sometimes for collections, if they're automatic, is the accessories page. So for example, if this was like earring or something that was an accessory, you could put the tag as accessory. And then when you make the collection, you just have to be like, any products with the tag accessory will go into this collection, which I'm going to explain in the next video as well. Then this template here, I'm going to make another video later, or actually I might go through it in a minute, but basically you can have multiple different templates for your products. So if you click here, this theme only has one default template, but you can have multiple different ones. And then on some themes, you actually come here and it'll say like pre-order template, where if you select pre-order template, it changes the add to cart to say pre-order, stuff like that. I'll go into how this template works in a minute as well. And then you press save. And this is going to make your product. So it should just take a couple of seconds. So it's made all your product. It's all good to go. This preview site that I'm going to open is not finished yet, but basically we have the product here. So we have the product name, it's slashed out the price, it's got the different options, so we can select the colors and stuff. We can click add to cart. It's got the description and stuff all down here as well. So that's basically the product there. Now, if we come back here, there's one important thing if you have multiple variants as well, is if you scroll down to here, see how there's a little image icon here? You actually want to assign images to each variant. So for example, if we click here, we can assign the yellow shirt. This is really important to do. So if we go through, we assign all the yellows, for example, and then we do the blacks, we assign all them. Basically, this is telling Shopify, hey, when someone clicks the black one, you have to change the image to the black image. So nearly done here. Like that, and then press save. Now Shopify is going to know that it needs to do that. So if we open up the product again, it should change. Yeah, so see how when we press black and yellow, it changed colors. It's really important that you do that on your website. A lot of people actually forget to do that. Now, all this section in here, it's only really putting the information for the variants here, the title here, the images, the description. The rest of this page is actually built through the theme template. So if you actually want to customize this, I'll just move my head out of the way a little bit. You come down to online store and then you click themes right there. And then you have to actually go into the customizer and change this. So if we go into the customizer here, if we click up here, we can click products and then we can click default product. And it's going to open up this product here. Now, like I was saying before, you can have multiple different templates and stuff. I recommend, especially if you have lots of products, you only have 2 templates. You have a default template and you maybe have a pre-order template if you're going to do pre-orders. Normally, if you're making a lot of revenue, it's better to have a pre-order app because you can actually assign what date it turns off pre-order and stuff like that. A lot of people actually forget to turn off the pre-order template once it comes into stock. So there's lots of complications and stuff like that. I'll make a video about it later as well. So over here on the left, I'll just move my head out of the way a bit. In this section where it says template, this is all the different things you can actually add in this template. So if we click here, we can change the color scheme. This might be a little bit different from theme template to theme template, but normally I'll have a lot of the main options and stuff for here. And then these are like individual things. So see how when I click text, it has this text here for vendor. We can actually turn that off. So we can click on it. Whoops, we can click on it and delete it or hide it. So see how when we hit it, it's gone now, or you can delete it so it's completely gone. Product title, there's no real options to change this. Price, no options there. Sometimes it's like that. Variant picker, we can actually make this drop down. So see how now it's drop downs. What I recommend with this is how I normally decide if you're going to have a drop down or a button, right? If you have massive amounts of options and really long variant names and stuff like that, probably better to do drop downs. But if you have something like this, where there's not a massive amount of options, then it's probably better to use buttons. Now, this is going to display on every single product like that as well. So you have to decide, am I going to do drop downs? Am I going to do buttons? Or pills, they call them here. Normally on clothes, it's better to use buttons because when someone comes here, they can select color and their size, add to cart. It's super easy to do that. And then sometimes it will actually have an option for like color swatches. So you can actually turn colors into color swatches. I can't remember if Dawn has this off the top of my head. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I used Dawn. No, I don't think it does have it. No, that's fine. Been a while. Dawn, we normally use paid templates because they're better foundations to build websites. But when you're a beginner, normally just Dawn is a good theme. Now, buyer buttons. So this button's here. See how it says show dynamic checkout. So this buy it now button is a dynamic button. So when you actually go live, it will be dynamic. So if someone normally uses PayPal, a PayPal button will come here. If they normally use Apple Pay will come here. If you have like Shopify payments and stuff. Normally what I do is actually turn it off and just have add to cart. because I don't like to give someone too many choices. I like to make this button a color that stands out, grabs their attention, stuff like that. So that's normally why I turn it off. And then share. Sometimes I turn that off. A lot of the time I do. Most people don't really share products anymore. Like 1 in 1,000, 2,000 people will share the product. And then related products down here, it's not displaying at the moment because we don't have multiple products. If we had 4 products or 5 products, it would display UMass like down here as well. We can add blocks and stuff here as well. So depending on your theme will depend on what you can actually add here. So see how there's different things like text, SKU, inventory status. So let's just say inventory status, for example. See how it says low in stock, 1 left. Now, what I normally like to do with inventory status is see how it says low inventory threshold. I like to normally select 1. So let's go black, for example. See how it says low stock, 1 left. Or you can put it higher if you want. It depends on the theme template, whether it'll say that or not. Some theme templates will actually only display this if the threshold is under. If you select 1, it will only display this if there's only 1 left. Now, this can be a tricky one if you ever use this, because if you have 1,000 products left, it's going to say 1,000. That's going to hurt conversions. So if you're not sure, I probably wouldn't have that section. A lot of websites, I don't actually use that. The other one I like to use is called collapse row. It might be called product tabs, something like that. But I like to add 2 things here. So shipping information and returns policy. So if we go here, we've added 2 tabs now. So we can add this as shipping information. And then we can paste in our shipping information. So on the previous video, I showed you how to do a policy page. So we can actually copy and paste all the all the stuff into here. Or if you have a page with all the content, you can select the page here. And then the other one I like to have is returns policies. Returns policy here. So if we scroll down here, we now have 2 tabs, shipping information, returns policy. You can actually change the icons as well. Now, with icons and stuff like that on a website, I think it really comes down to this. If you have a fun product that's really cool on TikTok, maybe Instagram as well, then you use emojis, icons and stuff. But if you want to look really professional, I wouldn't use icons or emojis, very rarely. But on fun products and stuff like that, I probably would do that if I was you. So that's something to think about. On a website like this, you probably want to have a size chart as well. So what you could actually do is you could add a block, add this one, call this size chart. And then you could actually select the page that you have a size chart on. Now, I haven't taught you how to make a size chart yet, which I'm going to do in a later video. So all you would do is when you'd click that button, and then when it says size chart here, you'd select size chart like that. And it'll pull all the information from size chart into this tab. Now, you can also rearrange the orders. So if you hover over it and click these little dots, you can click and hold. So see how it moved it up. Some templates will actually have an option where you can leave the tab open. So sometimes size chart is good to leave open. Some templates will have in like this quantity in the variant picker, it will have an option to add the size chart there as well. You can make dynamic size charts where it'll be different size charts on different on different products. And if something doesn't need a size chart, it won't display on products without size chart. In a later video, I'm going to show you how to make dynamic product tabs and stuff like that. But this is a very basic overview of how this all sort of works. And then in the theme customizer, you just press save there and it'll save it, sort of thing. You can also check it on mobile, what it looks like on mobile as well. and full screen like that. So sometimes when you're in the customizer and the stuff on the left here, it will be a little bit squished. So you can actually go full screen like that and see what it really looks like, sort of thing. And then you go back to get out, you just press this button on the left and exit right there. Now, that's basically all the very basic rundown of how to add a product. Like I said, leave me a comment below and I'll make a series of all different random sort of like how to add different products. So if you're adding products from like Printful, Printify, drop shipping, I won't do all the drop shipping ones, but some of the more popular ones, if you let me know, I'll make a video on how to do that. Digital downloads is another one that I've been thinking about making a video for. So if you leave me a comment, hey, I would love to learn about digital downloads, that would be awesome. And I'll make that video for you. Hopefully you learned a lot. Let me know what videos you like and you want me to make. And until next time, have a good one. Bye.